Today we are turning into Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I did outline this look before I started, but basically just start with I'm laying out the white for the snake to begin with, just because it's the lightest color and I didn't want it to be mixed too much. As you can see, my hair is held up by a piece of paper that's kind of made it a cone, and it's just sitting there with a few bobby pins. And so it falls over really easily. And we just have the rest of the wig just pulled up for right now, just so it's out of the way. And then I'm taking a tan body paint from Mayron Makeup in Paradise Paints, their water activated line, and just covering pretty much everything else. I decided I honestly, if I was gonna do this look again, I probably would have done bone tone first. Just because I think it would have been a little bit closer to the burlap that I had, but I ended up doing tan. I still really like how this turned out. It's a little bit kind of more like a pumpkin-y kind of a Oogie Boogie in a way. But yeah, so just putting that tan just literally everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. And then I'm going in with Bone Tone now from Made You Look, and just kind of doing lines, kind of just up and down and left and right, just to kind of give that kind of burlap appearance. So I'm just carrying that onto my face, and I'm not trying to make it look too precise. Some areas I liked a little bit more than others, and it's going to get worn down over time. So I'm going to put eyeshadow on top of it, and other colors, and more just different colors on top as well. Kind of make it look kind of like pieces of the burlap sack and stuff like that. This look is inspired by Sally Quinn Beauty, and I'll put a link in the description of the video to her picture that inspired this look. Because I really liked how she did the hair and like the placement of things, but I did do a few things that were a little bit different. So I'm just taking a brown shadow now, and kind of giving a little bit more depth to the face and around kind of the areas where like shading's going to be. It's like underneath where the snake is, kind of where the crease is in the burlap sack, and then just kind of sporadically just kind of make it more aged, I would say. I was just switching palettes because I realized I wanted a darker color, and the color that I had was running out, so I just grabbed the Morphe Abby Roberts Artsy palette. Now I'm taking black and one of the deeper brown tones in there, just to kind of make the shadows kind of more stand out even more in some spots, just to kind of make that more clear of where the burlap sack was and the snake and all that type of stuff. And then I'm putting kind of an outline kind of piece of where like the sack connects at the edges, kind of like where it would kind of be folded over. Then just putting in some darkness into my armpit area, just because I felt like that looked a little bit better. And then again, just smudging out random spots so it looks a little bit more darker and aged. And I'm going to be doing this on the burlap itself, but I'm doing that later. Just putting a little bit more black everywhere. And then deepening up the under eye area and where the mouth is. We will be going back through and adding creases and whatnot, but I'm just switching now, going into the black body paint and filling in kind of all the holes where that would be just the kind of the void in Oogie Boogie. So where his eyes are, his lips, and then where the snake comes out. Then I will go over that just a little bit in some spots with black shadow. And then just taking a gray paint now and giving the other stripes on the snake their spots here. I think in the movie the snake is white and black, not white and gray, but I felt like it just stands out more like this, and that's how Sally did it, and I really liked that, so that's what I did. And then we put some bugs, because of course Oogie Boogie's got bugs just like crawling out of him, and he's got snakes, he's made of snakes, so we gotta embody that, you know. Now I'm taking a liner from ColourPop that's brown, and it ran out about there, so I ended up switching to a NYX liner that's in brown, and it's a lot heavier, so it's a lot like darker, and I was trying to like smudge it out so that way it didn't look as dark and it kind of matched the other spot, but then I ended up just having to go back over where I had the ColourPop area of liner just to make them match, you know? And again, carry that onto the face. Again, vertical, horizontal lines. We're trying to create a burlap sack, and we somewhat achieve it. I think. I do really like how this look turned out. You can't really see the bugs while I'm filming because I'm streaming this on Twitch. And just all the times I had to keep moving the cameras when I tried going down there because otherwise you're getting nipple shots. Couldn't do that. So that's why you just don't see down there anymore. Because then I don't have to worry about keep moving the camera up and down. So yeah, here's our one over with black. And then we're putting in kind of the more like stitched part of his mouth. Or what do you want to call this? And then I'm putting gray shadows and black shadow to do shading on our snake. I almost called it a skeleton. It's not a skeleton, it's a snake. But yeah, so anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting some shading on our snake here. And then I'm taking the usual white liquid liner from NYX that I normally always use for highlights and just putting some highlight spots on the snake. And then using a lighter gray shadow to do the highlights on the gray parts. And then just doing more details. He's got like a smile type thing going on, so I was trying to replicate that without making it look too dark, because this would be just all white. So yeah, just going back and forth a bunch of times. And then I started adding in his teeth and his tongue. I'm trying to get all the details I could in that, so that way that looked like he's got his tongue like peeking out like a snake going. You can't see that, but I did the thing the snake does. Any hoozles. Next I am doing highlights on the little bugs. You guys can't see this. That's what I'm doing, and adding shadows on them, and then going back in doing a little bit more of shadows and depth around things like the snake, the stitches on the mouth. I think it was around here I started realizing that something was missing, and I couldn't think for the longest time what it was. But I kept going with the mouth, but I kept looking at it going, something's missing? I cannot talk right now. Something was missing. And I realized it was because I never did the stitches. I didn't put them in. I did later, as you guys can see from the thumbnail and everything. There are stitches. I did get to them. It just took me a while to realize what it was. But here I'm just trying to make the mouth area kind of pop out. And then I'm trying to add some shadows onto the burlap to kind of match the burlap in my hair to the fake burlap body paint that I had going on. I really like how that thing turned out, but it made it so difficult to take pictures with because I don't have a tripod. So whenever I'm trying to take pictures, I'm just using my arms. I was like trying to hold my arm out as far as I can without dropping the camera to get all the hair in. It was so bloody difficult. But I think they turned out okay. It would have been nicer if I had like a thing that hold it a little bit further back though. I should figure something out where that works. I do have a tripod. I just don't use it because I can't control the pictures and the timer just never works out when I try doing it. We'll figure something out. We fixed the webcam. We just need to figure that out. But anyways, going back in and putting some highlights on the like flat part of where the burlap is kind of coming apart from the snake, and then just going over that white with a lighter brown color, kind of a tanny color, just so that way the white's not so stark against everything. You can't have the white of the highlights be darker than the white of the snake. So yeah, now I'm going in and doing the stitches that I mentioned that we were kind of missing here. And I'm going to be going back in with like black and dark brown shadows, just add shading underneath each of them. And then I'm also going to be taking white and eventually and putting that on top of each stitch line, and then making those darker with like a black and gray shadow. And that's what I'm doing everywhere where you see stitches. Yeah, you see, I'm just filling that in now. And then going in and doing all my arm ones. Honestly, Oogie Boogie would fall. It's no wonder Oogie Boogie just fell apart. Like, with like one pull of a string. He's not well stitched together. He needs like some crosses or some more medical grade like stitches or something. Because these aren't going to keep him together. I don't know how he doesn't fall apart at the seams all the time. These aren't good stitches. And those are his stitches. I didn't just make them so they're simpler. Those just are his stitches. He needs better stitches. We need to teach them how to stitch better. Sally honestly has better stitches than he does. Because she has a few that are at least across from each other, so they're kind of pulling tension on each other. But not really at the same time. We just need to go to the land of Halloween Town, and give everyone better stitches. That is just where I'm at in life. We need to get them better stitches. This is the weirdest topic ever. But how many times can you say, I'm just doing shading? You guys get my raw, unfiltered thoughts here, which are pretty much the same thoughts that I had on stream. I'm just repeating them because we have to bring them back to life. I don't like my last video. Just while we're waiting on me finishing up the shading, I said I wasn't going to stream the body paints. I originally wasn't, but then I realized I needed a short stream and I still wanted to stream, so this was the easiest, best thing to do. And I wanted to body paint this anyways, so yeah. Now I'm going back in with paint onto the burlap, just to make those a little bit darker. Honestly, this wig is at its last end. I don't think I can repair this wig any further. Like, no amount of conditioning and cleaning them is ever going to fix this wig again. It's been worn to death. It's been, how many years have I had this wig? It's reached end of life. I'm adding some bugs here, which was really difficult to do on the burlap. So that way the bugs just carry up from the chest onto the hair wrap. So it all kind of blended in together. And I really like how that turned out. There's different bugs than Sally did, but I really like that. It still makes you laugh, the fact that there's paper just sitting in my hair. Anyways, I hope you guys all liked me turning into Oogie Boogie. I'm probably going to do Winifred next from Hocus Pocus. So that will be next week. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Subscribe, like, do the thingies. Sub to my Twitch channel so you can see me do these live. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Okay, bye!